Okay, question number 5. Describe functions of blood, describe makeup of blood, including both liquid and solid parts, and explain the function of each. Okay, so essentially, here's what your blood does. It carries oxygen from the lungs out to the body, and carbon dioxide from the body's cells after respiration is over with, back to the lungs to be expelled from the body. It carries nutrients from your diet, picks up nutrients in your digestive system, carbohydrates, vitamins, those kind of things, fats, carries those out to the body where they can be used in whatever way they need to be. Enzymes and chemicals, your body has a lot of enzymes that control chemical reactions in your body, and just other chemicals like hormones and things like that that have to be distributed from wherever they're produced, like from the pancreas out through the entire body, and the blood is in charge of all that transportation. The blood cools the body. You get hot, your skin flushes, the capillaries in the skin open up, which allows the blood to flow close to the skin and release a lot of heat. Your ears, your face gets red, and it's just your body getting rid of excess body heat so you don't shut down. Your immune system is also produced by the blood, and those are the white blood cells. White blood cells, we'll see here in a second, serve a purpose in the immune response. So your red blood cells, of course, carry oxygen. They also kind of grab a hold of the carbon dioxide in a certain way. You have billions of red blood cells in every drop of blood in your body. Billions. White blood cells, obviously, they're not white, they're clear, but they seem to look more white under a microscope because they don't have the iron and the hemoglobin that red blood cells have. White blood cells, their main job is to attack intruders like bacteria and viruses. They flock to it, they attack it and destroy it so that it can't continue to harm the body. They also have a system by which they remember that. That's how immunizations work. Once we inject you with a broken virus, your body will always remember that virus, and so you won't ever get that again. Once you get the chicken pox, you don't typically get them again because your white blood cells remember that. And then you have these little guys called platelets. Platelets actually form from a cell that starts to form, and then they're programmed to break down. They just form like little niblets of cells, little tiny pieces of cells that aren't really functional cells. They just kind of drift along. And normally they're not sticky at all. But when an injury occurs, it triggers a whole chain of chemical reactions that you don't need to know about. And that chain of chemical reactions then causes the platelets to become very sticky and adhesive, like little pieces of duct tape, and they start sticking to each other and some other chemicals, other proteins that are also found in the blood, and that will form a blood clot, assuming that the hole in the blood vessel is not enormous, like a severed limb or something like that, but in a bruise situation or a small cut or a nosebleed, the platelets will all kind of start clumping together, and once they do, they start catching everything else that comes along, all the other blood cells, and it forms a clot that keeps the blood from leaking out and potentially causing the person to die. And there are other fluids there. There's the serum in the blood, which is just and then the plasma is just the liquid part. It's mainly water and proteins, but if you know those three, those will serve you pretty well.